Well, just take a second. I want to just say, hey, this is our first new podcast. We used to do a podcast.
Yeah.
And this is our first one.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Really good.
Yeah. Well, you are my dad, but
But I know how to raise your ass.
That's true. That's true. I guess so. You know, we had a meeting with some writers yesterday, and one of the questions was, what kind of father you were.
Yeah.
You know, and
I never had a chance to answer.
Yeah, because I think your answer was bullshit, man. And I'll tell you the father that the way as a new father that I am, the way I see you were like a laissez-faire. That's French for
don't give a fuck.
Kinda.
Yeah.
No, but you gave a fuck. You showed a lot of love and interest, but you let us all kind of figure shit out on our own.
Yeah. No, that's the easiest thing about raising kids, man.
Well, that's a form of raising kids.
No, it's the easiest. It's like, I learned that from growing pot. Growing pot, very simple. You get good soil, you get the good seeds, and good sun, and lots of water. And that's all you need to do with kids. Same with the kids. Well, all you need to do is feed their little motherfuckers and make sure that they get a good mom. It's very, very important that they get a good mom, because that way that dad can bugger off.
It's funny you should bring up the mom, because a lot of times, like what my mom says about your fatherhood, your being a dad, is that every time she would try to instill some discipline, you would unravel it and say, you don't need to do that shit.
True.
True. Okay, so I'm just going to give an example of your type of fatherhood.
Okay.
You got me a truck, a really nice truck.
Yeah.
Like
off-road.
It was amazing. It was the most incredible truck. I didn't even ask for it. I didn't even know, because I was 15 at the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a driver's license. And you knew that I was like, stealing your car at night and sneaking around like most kids do. And it's funny because I was always careful, like trying to, put it back the way
the BMW,
the way it was sitting, and like put the keys back. And then I'm looking back and going, man, he didn't notice any of that shit. I didn't know. I could have left it on the street and he would have noticed, but I was very careful. And so you gave me a truck and you handed me the keys without a license, without insurance, and said, yeah, you got it, figure it out. And the liability.
But here, in my defense,
had something happened.
In my defense, here's what I figured out. No one drives more carefully than, say, an illegal immigrant without a license,
or someone on parole,
or usually
with a warrant on.
No, not those guys. I'm talking about someone up here making a living. But in order to do it, you have to drive, and you can't have a license unless you got the papers and all that other shit, And so what I learned is that if you are under the threat of arrest, you will drive carefully. But
I don't think you understand that you were under the threat of liability. I may have gotten a ticket or getting my license taken away, or but like you were liable.
No, I wasn't worried about it. No, I'm more worried about you being caught up with some crazies, that I had no control over. You see, this way I knew you're responsible. I knew that you were so talented you could drive when you're 8 years old, practically.
But I did bring the car home with a broken differential and a wheel hanging off.
Yeah, I didn't want to hear about it.
And I said, Dad, the truck is broken. I ran into a curb going really fast because I was driving like an idiot.
Yeah, and you learn.
But
you learn. I understand. I had to pay. I paid, but I see with me, my life was never about money. because we never had any.
But let's talk about fatherhood. It's about fatherhood.
Okay.
So now there's another, like for instance, my sister Robbie, she tells a story how like she used to steal your weed and roll joints and then sell them at school.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a true story?
Yeah, she sold them to the Flea. What band?
Was it the Chili Peppers?
Yeah, the Chili Peppers.
Okay.
She would sell it.
Are you sure she sold it to them?
The Tommy John weed. You want Tommy John weed, man?
And then
and she kept coming back for more weed, and I thought, oh, you smoke.
and you were okay. So she wasn't stealing your weed.
No.
She was asking her dad for some weed.
Yeah.
And then she would take that weed and not smoke it. Maybe she smoked a little bit.
No, she never smoked.
She never smoked it. And so she would take that weed
Yeah.
and then roll it up and raise some cash,
Yeah,
like sell some
Yeah, that's what they did.
sell some weed. And how old was she?
14.
Okay, I mean this was a different time, right? This
Oh
is,
yeah.
this
Oh
was
yeah.
But
Back
okay,
in the day.
So that's the kind of that's where I say that you're the laissez-faire type of
Yeah.
father.
Yeah.
Now,
It was a good gamble, you know. Of all my kids, every one turned out to be quite a success. You know?
yeah, no, I get that.
So, I had no problem with it.
Yeah,
you know.
but so with
And more than anything,
with Robbie, the story, there's another part of the story. Didn't she tell? She says that she told you that she's not going to smoke weed anymore, and that you were a little sad about that. Is that true, or is that her story? You know,
it's probably her story. I don't think I was sad about it, you know, because to me, you smoke weed. You know, you really have to want to smoke weed to smoke weed. You know, it's not something that like alcohol. Alcohol is different. Alcohol, you get shit faced so you can be stupid. You know,
right?
With weed, you smoke enough, you'll get so hungry you'll eat anything. You'll eat shit the dog won't eat.
Now you would